Okay, I look like a little boy because I'm oiling my hair. Don't worry about it. I have to talk about this show and talk about why I can't stand the female lead. Oh no, she doesn't like another female lead. If she was a male character, like if her character was a guy, I also don't think I would have liked him very much because it's the character that's written bad. The actress herself, I've seen in a few shows. She played a really good antagonist in this one show, and like you weren't supposed to like that character, but even that character had crazy character development. This one, she's stagnant. She's sitting at the same point. She has not developed. She has not matured. She has not acknowledged the fact that she is a cause of a lot of the male lead's problems. Let me explain. Show is about these two characters who meet at 18, 28, and 38. At the point that the show starts, 38 is the obviously present time, and that's like where most of the show takes place. One thing I don't like about this show, far too many flashbacks. We've been getting so much backstory every single episode. It's like, okay, it's okay to just have some like present time of plot. Okay. Anyways, so they dated when they were 18, or I'm sorry, 20. They dated when they were 20, very briefly, broke up because she left. It was a whole thing. When they were 28, they also dated. She left also, I think, that time. It was her. I think it's been her every time, which is a whole other separate problem. And I don't know why she left when they were 28, but basically, he became really depressed, basically became a raging alcoholic and had to go to AA to get better and be okay. Okay. Now, when they meet at 38, now she's a raging alcoholic. She also already has like anxiety, depression. She already has these mental health issues. So there's a lot going on, and he's trying to help her essentially. And obviously along the way, we're assuming they're going to fall back in love, but I don't know. At this point, I'm not really sure. Here's the thing. If it didn't work the first and second time, maybe we don't try a third time. And that's just a crazy thought. That's just a crazy idea that I have for you. And I know that the show's trying to push this idea that there was outside narrative or there was outside forces that were making them not be together. But at the end of the day, it's like, was it just the characters that just shouldn't have dated? And that's when you watch a show and you go, man, these characters shouldn't have dated. That's when you know you've done a bad job with the show. And that's kind of how I feel with this show. Is I'm like, should you guys ever should you be a couple? I don't think you should be. I think you're both kind of toxic for each other, and I think you should stop. That's a separate thing. My issue is her. Now, here's why I have an issue with her character. She gets introduced initially as like this kind of manic pixie dream girl vibe, and I don't like that character archetype. I don't like it. I don't find it funny. I don't find it cute. I find it annoying, and I don't like it. Okay, so that's my opinion. I just don't like that vibe. It's just weird. Like, I don't like it. Anyways, she kind of has that vibe initially, and then at the point of the show when they're 38, because I haven't watched, I kind of skipped, I haven't like, okay, let me just, I'm debating dropping it in general, and also I kind of skipped through episode, I think I was on 6. I kind of was skipping through it a little bit, so I didn't really see when they were 28. So I can't really speak to the point when they're 28, but I can speak to when they're 38. That's the point I was trying to convey. And when we meet her at 38, like I said, she's an alcoholic and she won't admit it. It's kind of annoying. I'm not going to lie, which I know is part of the problem. She has to like deal with the fact that she definitely is like, has a problem. Okay. So there's that. She just won't admit that she's like genuinely not okay. And then when she gets reunited with him, she's like all up in his business at first. Like she's really in his face. She's like at his house, like basically just like not listening to him, not respecting any kind of boundary, just being weird, genuinely just being odd, right? And then at a certain point, suddenly decides that she is going to go to England, right? She's like, I'm going to go to England. It's like, okay, because she was kind of leaving everything else behind. She just wanted to go to England. He doesn't want her to go because obviously he still cares about her, but also he's like, okay, well, if you go by yourself, no one's going to be there and you're just going to like drink and not be okay. So he's trying to keep her in Korea. That's like the big part of it. He's trying to keep like her physically there. So that's her issue. Okay. But then adding on top of the fact, so she, like I said, ignores all of his boundaries and then decides she's going to go back. And then she's finally like, I'm going to go back. And then he's kind of doing the same thing to her where he's kind of crossing her boundaries, whatever, doing kind of the same vibe. But now she's like super hypocritical and is so annoyed at him. And I was like, girl, you literally just did that. That is what you did to him for the first like 3 episodes. Why are you suddenly acting like that? What he's doing is crossing the line, when in reality, what he's trying to do is trying to help. He's trying to keep you from freaking dying, lady, okay? Like, you were just being obnoxious. You weren't helping him. You weren't trying to do anything. You weren't even really being very nice to him. And that's another big thing, is they have this dynamic of like, she's like low-key bullies him and he just kind of takes it and doesn't have a problem with it. And crazy, crazy concept. I don't like bullying relationships. I don't like it. Why are you being mean to me? Why are you being sarcastic? Why are you teasing me? That's not cute. I don't like it. If it was a man doing it to a woman, I'd feel the same way. I hate that vibe. I hate that dynamic. I think it's cheap. I think it's boring. I think it's overused, and I don't get it. Okay? And that's my huge complaint I have about this show, is like, she's just mean. She's not nice. It's not funny. It's not cute. It's annoying, and I don't like it. And I don't know why they wrote her like this, because I'm like, there's no reason for her to be so like obnoxious, genuinely. And the biggest reason that I'm so frustrated that this show is not turning out the way I liked is because it's Park Seo-joon. So he's the male lead. I really like this actor. Most of his shows I either couldn't get into because they just did all the same annoying like 2016 K-drama tropes that I just was like, I cannot do this. Like, I don't care enough. So I just really haven't seen very many of his shows, but I love him as an actor. I think he's so good. I think he's so hot. I think he's so good in romance. Like, he's just amazing, right? So I was really looking forward to watching this show, and I was like hoping, or at the very least, maybe not even the show, but just seeing him in another show, because he doesn't do shows every year. Like, he's in them every few years, so it's like you have to kind of wait. And what sucks to me is when you have an actor that you really like and they're finally in another show and you're like, oh my gosh, it's been like 2 or 3 years since I've seen you in anything, and then it sucks. It's so annoying, and that's how I feel about this show. I just think it's bombing. I don't think it's good. I don't think there's really anything I just like about it, to be honest. Like, she just irritates me so much. And sometimes I just feel so like, I'm like, is it just because she's a woman? Is that why I don't like the character? But here's the thing. If a man was written the way she was, I wouldn't like it either. Because it's like, she doesn't listen to him. She's mean to him. She teases him all the time. She doesn't say she's sorry. She doesn't acknowledge her wrongs really at all. And there's just no like emotional regulation. She has zero, like, she's so immature. And he kind of is too. Like, they both, it's like, at your guys' grown age, you're supposed to be almost like 40. Like, get it together. That's not a cute trope. You're both supposed to be so old. Like, I'm sorry. Why are you not, like, neither of them have matured in any context. And that, it's not cute. Like, I'm not enjoying that. So that's the other thing I don't like. It's just they're very immature characters. And I wouldn't, again, like I said, I wouldn't like it if a male character was like that either. I'd be like, oh my gosh, you're so annoying. Like, what are you doing? And I don't like a vibe when one character, like, they both like each other, but one is just so much nicer than the other one, and one is so much more caring, and just like, it can be done correctly. Like, it is possible to write characters that are like that, but I think often, unfortunately, it ends up getting written in just a really obnoxious way, and it's not like sweet or cute or fun. It's just like, no, this is super annoying. So I don't know. I'm at the point with this show where I just kind of give up. I did the same thing with Dynamite Kiss, like I talked about in my last video, where I just kind of dropped it because I was like, I'm just over it. I don't even care that there's 2 episodes left. I'm like, I don't care enough to watch this show. And that's kind of how I feel about this one, is where I'm like, I want to watch Park Seo-joon's parts. Like, I want to see him. Beyond that, I don't care. And I feel like I've noticed this so many times, but just big budget K-dramas or big actor K-dramas have been really bad within the last like 4 years. And I don't know what it is. I don't know who's writing these shows, and I don't know who's writing these characters, but they're not doing a good job. And I fear I've said that so many times recently, and I'm like, what is going on? I never thought that when I started watching K-drama, I know this is so dramatic, but like, I just never thought when I started watching these shows that I would ever feel this frustrated with the characters. Because the first first K-dramas that I've watched, I was like, oh my gosh, these are so good. And it just feels like within the last couple of years, I've just been like, every other K-drama that I've watched has just been like, I can't finish it. And I have finished so few dramas within the last, like, just this year and probably the year before, because there just haven't been any good ones. There haven't been any that I could sit through the whole thing and watch. And I've gotten to the point where I just don't care. I'm like, I don't want to watch a crappy show. Why am I wasting the precious time that I have when I'm not freaking working? I want to watch a good show. And I just feel like the good shows that I've been watching have so far outweighed and been so much better than these other mediocre mid-dramas that it makes me not want to watch them even more. Because right now I'm watching this historic... I'm sorry, I'm burping. I'm so tired. I've been watching this historical drama that I've talked about a couple of times. It is so freaking good. And it makes everything else that I'm watching look so mid, so uninspired, so boring. Like, and it's not even that this K-drama has like the most original plot I've ever seen, or like, actually, I mean, low-key, it is pretty original. I won't lie. Like, it's actually a pretty twisty plot. There's been quite a few twists with this show. But like, I just mean in general, it's not like it's like the most crazy creative show I've ever seen. It's just good, solid writing, really good acting, and really good just like characters you root for. And that's, I think, a big thing is like with shows recently, I have not been rooting for the main characters. I'm like, I don't freaking care. Why is a simple show getting so twisted and so manipulated and so gross and like hard to understand? Like, why is there so many nuances? It's just a show. Like, these characters aren't supposed to be that complicated. Like, if you're writing a really complicated character, that's fine. But I don't think that just your atypical romantic comedy, melodrama, whatever, needs to have such complex characters. It's not that serious. I just want to watch them hold hands. You know? And like a lot of those shows where it's really frustrating, especially leading up to the end of the show, even when the characters do finally like decide to like be together, it's like not remotely satisfying, because you're like, and I don't even care, because the only thing I was waiting for was that, because nothing else in the show was worth it, and I saw that, and now I don't care, and now I don't even care to watch them be happy together, because to be honest, I've put so much time and thought and effort into the show, and I just don't care anymore. And that is how I feel just about not just one show, not just two shows, just most shows that I've watched recently. I've just been so uninspired, and I'm just like, I just don't care. Why am I putting time and effort into it? And it's like I said, it's so frustrating because, sorry, I have my computer screen behind me, that's why I'm looking at it. I've just had so many shows recently too that I really liked, so that's why it's like when those bad shows come in, I'm just like, oh, add it to the list, because there's just another freaking terrible show. I'm just tired. I'm tired of bad shows. Okay. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say. We'll see if I end up no, I'm not gonna watch it. I don't physically think I can. I just don't think I can make myself watch it. I can't. Anyways. My gosh. It's so hard being me. So hard. All I have to do is watch a show. So dramatic. Okay, anyways. Bye.